Forgive me. Yo. This is Stormybman. What's good with you? I had myself muted. I apologize for that. Welcome to Stormybman Live. This is number 16 in the Stormybman's Lives for this Saturday, August 5th, 2023. This is the Epilogue coverage for the All Access for Spence versus Crawford. My little review of the wrap-up of the event. I got a chance to watch the fight in its entirety for the second time around. I apologize, I had myself muted, you guys. So excited to get going on this one. Just to come back and listen, I have looked at this event from a different set of eyes. You know, various people have felt what they felt about the fight, but I'm gonna tell you, upon a second full review of the fight, I didn't see it on any other type of display outside of the Showtime coverage, both for pay-per-view and tonight's replay. So I'm glad that I waited, had a chance to take everything in for a second time very solidly, and both men, you know, attributed themselves very well in this entire promotion. Hats off to them for getting it done. Hats off to Earl Spence Jr. to definitely anchor this promotion coming off. He wanted to fight Crawford. He felt that Crawford was the one that could provide him an opportunity at becoming undisputed. Crawford didn't really try to go away from the notion of how important it was to fight for the undisputed crown, even though he said otherwise during early on dealings and whatnot. But these men both came together. They gave us a tremendous night in the history of the sport of boxing. They represented themselves, that where they come from, their families, very well. It made me feel very good about the sport of boxing again. And I had gotten washed out on it. I had thought that this promotion was not going to take place. I felt like the guys were drawing things out too much and things of that nature. And we weren't going to see this. So I had turned very sour myself on this entire thing. But they talked me off the ledge, man. And it's like, you know, and I'm happy that they did, because I have a greater respect for both. I have a newfound respect for those in the sport who want to emulate and walk in the shadow of what these men accomplished, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And your name will forever be in the annals of boxing history, the books, legacy. All of that is yours if you follow what these men are doing and have done with their careers. That's the most important thing you take away from this. And even as we got news over the past 24 hours about the heavyweight division and some things that have transpired there, a big fight that was coming up on the 12th of August between Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte is no longer a go. That fight has been canceled due to Dillian Whyte popping dirty again for some type of banned substances. And listen, at the end of the day, those are the kind of things that have sidetracked things like that and others. But those kind of things have sidetracked the sport recently more than you can know. And when you look at the names that have been attributed to things of that nature, including most recent Conor Benn, and the fact that now that he has been okayed to return to the sport, even after having gone through this same ordeal that Dillian Whyte. One thing that I have maintained when I cover this sport and I talk about it is none of these men hold themselves accountable when they turn up with negative test results that that they are clean. And this is the thing. When are people going to say, I did it, my bad, my fault, I'm wrong, I need help? They're not. And these promoters and promotional companies, matchmakers, and even the platforms that they'll fight on, the Zone with Matchroom or Top Rank or PBC or whatever, you're going to continue to put these guys out there, and they're going to continue to soil the sport and misrepresent the sport. Sanctioning bodies are making provisions for certain individuals and then shutting down others. There is no equilibrium here, and it's time to ring the alarm and start going in on these people that help make the sport horrible. You just saw last week, when the sport can get it right, how well you can be entertained. And then 1 week later, we get this type of news, and now the sport is back in the toilet again. You see, you couldn't even have a full week of enjoying what Spence and Crawford brought to us and how they tried to shine a new light, a new dawn on the sport. And you have people like Dillian White and Matchroom Boxing, because understand, he has fought as a freelance Matchroom fighter over the years, and this is not a first merry-go-round with this man. And Ed Hearn has done everything to make sure that he immersed himself in the mix of this stuff. And you have to know that it starts with him. You got to say what you got to say about these people. They are filthy scumbags who soil up our sport. And I don't care if people don't like what I'm saying. I'm saying it because it needs to be said. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like everything is okay, because everything was okay after July 29th. And then 1 week later, we have this foolishness that's going on. Look at how things are happening. There's no excuse for this. No excuse. But as I was saying, the all access coverage for Spence and Crawford was wonderfully done. This epilogue episode, it was something to give us an insight of the way the fighters approach the final 24 hours before meeting up on the eventful night. It's a great window in, not too much of a private thing, but just enough to give you a feel for how they may be feeling emotionally, where their heads may be. It was good to see Earl getting him some food in his body, because you could tell that brother was ready to eat. And Crawford was resting and relaxing. Looked like he was laying in a bed of pillows, just taking it easy, just controlling all of his rest and everything, saving everything up for the big night. It was really good to see that aspect. And they showed a little bit of the guys' families and whatnot. That was nice. There always, when something like this happens, there has to be a winner and it has to be a loser. And I had a feeling of, like disappointment of the family for the losing team, that, they had to see it go down like that. But it's part of the sport. I enjoyed equally the elation that Bomac displayed for the victory that they had garnered, because Bomac, given that he's a big man and they don't respect the successes that he has had working as a cornerman and trainer, and what he has done along with Bud Crawford, Jamel Herring, and others that he has worked with in the gym, those names that stand out as champions as well as contenders. And he should be equally as respected as any of these other coaches and trainers out there, having the #1 pound for pound fighter in the sport, a man who has swept through multiple divisions, being successful. And then on this event last Saturday night, having turned away the man whom everyone has said was the best in the division. All of that was something worth really seeing, and you get a feel of what that was like for him to be able to bring that victory home. See, sometimes we forget these participants in this sport. They are human beings. They have feelings, they have emotions, they have ups and downs, and they have vulnerabilities. But we see them with cameras following them around, microphones recording what they have to say, but we don't often view it as normal, you know. It's for our entertainment. But sometimes some of the harshness and difficulties of reality hit these men and women, and it affects them tremendously. That's why you have to be a little bit compassionate about it, whether that's your guy or the guy that your guy is going up against. You have to be able to be even-handed enough to understand that everybody gets their turn sooner or later, huh? And that's very important to know and to point out. But it was a great wrap-up of that event. Watching that fight for a second time, I was able to notice things even more. When I watched it live, I was enamored with Terrence Crawford's abilities, to the point that it was like watching the fight one-sided, because I was attentive to everything that he was doing and all of the success that he was having. Upon watching this second time, I noticed Errol Spence Jr.'s efforts and how he came out and what he was trying. And even though he was not successful in winning the fight, he still gave a true championship caliber effort. And he was just outmanned, outgunned, and outsmarted on that night. And I do believe if he's able to get another fight under his belt and move up to that next weight class and get himself back trained and what, he can compete better. I don't buy into all of the talk about this is wrong with him, that's wrong with him, and so forth. I didn't see, watching it this second time, I looked at his efforts, and he was just in there against somebody that had him on that night, had his number. What he decides to do with his career going forward, that's up to his people, his family, and everything. I'm not going to place judgment in that regard. But I have a greater appreciation for what he did do on the night of. Let me go to the chat, see who we got in the building. Says we got about 30-something people in here right now. We got Eric Jordan is out there. What's good with you, Eric? Tony G was out there. Anthony Bolton. Sylvestrial's out there. What's good with you? Isaiah GQ is in the building. Lewis Hinton, Chilltown Majors, KP from KC5. I saw that you put that clip up on Twitter there and you tagged me on that, KP. I appreciate that, bro. He says, Buzz team studied Earl like a college exam and they passed. I can't say the same for Coach James. This is the Crawford era. Yeah. Blackham TV, what's good? Ain't seen you in a minute, man. How you been? Jeff Spark is out there from New York. What's happening? He says, peace to you, Stormy, and peace right back at you. No Smoke TV, Yave is out there. What's good with you? He says, Sensei. And Pookie Bear 97 says, Terrence is a complete fighter. Paul Carrick, ain't seen you in a minute as well, saying, salute, Stormy. Right back at you. Yeah. Just thought I'd come on because I wasn't covering the Paul and that other fight from you know what that is. I wasn't into that and will never be. So so I didn't have a post-fight show to do tonight. So I'm still holding court by providing you guys with some content talking about this wonderful event from last week. Sheena is out there. How you doing, Sheena? Appreciate you coming into the chat with those channel emojis. I appreciate that big time. You know how I love that. That's true support when you start using those channel emojis. Yeah. So you guys, did any of you guys get a chance to watch the All Access Epilogue? And if you did, what did you think of it? I'm sitting here having my cold water, man. I like to put it in the freezer to that point that it gets just before freezing when it's starting to gel a little bit. I love my water nice and cold like that. That's the best. King P says, salute Stormy from ATL. Appreciate you stopping in. And Blackham TV says, one-sided masterclass. Chilltown says, Amanda Serrano fighting tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing her, but I ain't watching, you know, that other fool. That's the main event. Yeah, I ain't down for that. And I don't like the fact that they stuck Amanda on that card like that. They could have put her on last week with Crawford and Spence. But I understand she fights on the zone, and that's a whole different thing. So, you know, I'm just, you know, just crying sour grapes about it. That's all. We need to see the quality fighters. We don't need to see these sideshow events, man. Sideshow events don't have my interest at all. Mike Diesel says EJ should take a tune-up versus J-Rock or Harrison at 154. We'll see. Cooking with Sir says, yeah, that's old school where the water freeze while you trying to drink it. No, I didn't say when it's freezing. I said that point where it starts to gel. It gels just before freezing. That's how I like it. When it freezes, you gotta let it thaw a little bit and the ice melt and all of that. But when it gels, that's when, you know, you ever had a slushy from 7-Eleven? That's that gelled ice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what it's all about right there. But yeah, I'm asking. Nobody. See, when I ask questions, don't nobody answer the damn questions, man. Y'all talk about everything, but I asked, how'd you guys enjoy the All Access Epilogue if you had a chance to watch it? Now, if you didn't have a chance to see it, then that's understandable. It's actually on YouTube now, too. I think they uploaded it on YouTube a little over an hour ago. So if you didn't check it out, go check it out. So yeah. But man, I'm in a really good place when I can take in boxing like last week. I'm not certain when we're gonna see another good boxing match like that. Maybe at the end of this month, when you get a chance to see Alexander Usyk take on Danny Dubois in the heavyweight division, you might get a chance to see Usyk utilize his skill set against the lumbering, plotting, plundering Dubois. I expect something good out of Usyk in that fight. I really do. Yeah. So Mike Diesel says the Epilogue gave EJ a lot of credit I didn't see live. Yeah, again, that's why you have to look at it, more than once. And I waited to see the Showtime rebroadcast because watching these guys who uploaded the video and it shows only one angle and all of that stuff, I didn't want to see that. I wanted to be able to see it on television, the television broadcast of it. And I enjoyed it even more so this second time around. So, but hey, listen, boxing is funny like that, man. A guy can get up there in the ring on a certain night and it all go well for him. And then he could get in there on another night and it all go apart for him. So the consensus says that Bud will win easier going into the next fight. But he is going to be 36 years old. And by the time they face each other again, he'll be 36 going on 37. So we don't know. Yeah. Chilltown Majors believes that Canelo versus Charlo can be right there. I don't see that. I do not see that. I believe Canelo versus Charlo will show us if Charlo is for real or not. And I have my reservations because taking this fight, allowing Canelo to dictate and everything like he has and how he's behaved regarding Canelo over the years, I'm very concerned about Charlo. Very concerned. And he's act like a chump out in public. I don't like the guy like that. I like him in the ring, but I'm sorry. Unfortunately, you live most of your life outside of the ring. And if you're outside of the ring being a jerk, it's sooner or later. It's just a matter of time for somebody to make it come out of you in the ring. And Canelo is experienced enough to bring that out of him in the ring. Yeah. So. Mangus Allen out there. Who is Blue? You saying, what's up, Blue? Ain't no Blue here, bro. What you doing? Huh? You smoking them funny cigarettes? You don't know who you talking to? Paul Carrick says, he says, Bud looked bigger and heavier to me. What are the rehydration rules? Listen, man. Earl Spence is a naturally bigger man. What are you talking about? Your eyes. And if that's your picture there, Paul Carrick with glasses on, you can't tell how somebody rehydrates with the eye test. You have to see those men on the scale. I can almost bet you that Earl weighed more than Bud Crawford on fight night when they were in the ring. Undoubtedly. Mike Diesel, can you say something else besides that? We know who won the fight, bro. You don't have to reiterate. You don't have to say it over and over again. I mean, God bless. You know? Eric Jordan says, EJ had a lot of heart in that fight, even though he lost. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And you could tell almost by certain expressions on his face at certain intervals, he was like, damn, you know, I read fighters very well. There was no quit in Spence, but there was a sense of a reality that, damn, this kid is better than I thought he was. That was a painful reality moment for him in the fight. But he tried. He even buckled down and tried to do what he did well, even more. But Crawford had him, man. He had his number, and he had everything turned against him, you know, after his very well preparation, you know. Yeah, Mangus Allen, smoking them funny cigarettes, man. You can forget where you at sometimes. That's why I said, what you doing, you know? You know, what's up, Blue? You ain't never said, what's up, Stormy? You've always said when you come around these parts, what's up, man? That's why I said I thought you had, you know, an extra toke or two, huh? I told you, Stormy pay attention to everything. Y'all might think that I just be up here talking and stuff. Man, I got 4 eyeballs, bro. 4 of them. Sheena's asking, Stormy, was there VADA testing for this fight? I you know what, Sheena, I don't know that end of it. I'm not one of those guys who like to look and check mark the boxes for everything like that. Because when it comes down to doing that kind of stuff, that's what make me not really like the sport. Because there have been plenty of fights where there should have been testing, and then we don't hear the test results. There have been plenty of fights where people pop dirty and they still are allowed to fight, and excuses are being made and stuff like that. You just heard me mention Conor Benn earlier. They're going to let this young man fight again. But then Dillian White pops dirty for the 100th time. The 800th time he's popped dirty. They're going to let him get back in the ring in another few months. It's crazy. Paul Carrick says, exactly. Just saying Bud looked heavier. I didn't see that. I didn't see how he looked heavier. They have different body types too. It's like Bud he's always been a slender guy. But Spence has a long torso. So it's like their builds are totally different. I wouldn't even put too much into it. It's like at the end of the day, Earl has been known to go up close to 180, 90 pounds. Bud never gets any heavier than 170. I can guarantee you that. TC is out there saying salute to you. Yeah. Let's see here. We got going with this live chat. Man, over 100 and something views already, only 34 likes. You see how people do Stormy B, man? I could come on and do live. They'll come and check me out, come and see what I'm saying, but they won't hit my like button. What assholes? Paul, brother. What do you mean he was noticeably bigger than Arrow? Not even the announcers would say anything like that. They didn't. Nobody said that he was noticeably bigger than Arrow, bro. What were you looking at? Stronger, definitely. But that didn't have nothing to do with their sizes and weight. That has a lot to do with the men that they are. Bud Crawford has always been a strong guy. I've talked about that in the past, but nobody was listening. You know, see, this is how I know. Again, when you guys come around the channel and be sniffing up around, you know, hopefully you smell some boo-boo, because you know you don't listen to what you should be listening to, deciphering the real text and breakdowns. But I talked about this. I talk about it all the time. And even when I did my 2-part video, nobody was watching those either. So then you come in and you say, oh, one guy was noticeably bigger and all of that. And it's like, no, he wasn't. But stronger? Absolutely. Did he assert himself a certain kind of way? Absolutely. Was Spence prepared for that? Absolutely not. Because he bought into the hype. He said he's going to break the man's will and all of that. You better be careful when you're talking about a man like that. See, personality types will help you in the understanding of personality types will help you move in life. When you misread that badly, you can be killed out here in this world. Misreading energy off of people, huh? How many people have lost their lives? You remember that man that was reported, it went viral here in Chicago. He was arguing with that woman in that food store, and then he slapped that woman, and her son came in there and shot him and all of that. He never in 1,000 years thought that he would wake up that day and die at the hand of a kid, of a woman who he may slap at some point during the day. Reading energy. Why would you raise your hand and hit that woman out in public like that anyway? Not that you should do it in private. I'm not trying to say that, but he was trying to be bad. You know, I'm a man. You be a man by allowing that stuff to just ride away. Ride away. But again, misreading the energy, and that's what happened. And it was unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Yeah, Sir says, hit the like button, shaking my head. Why watch and not hit the listen? And the thing about it is, I'm not even putting nobody down. You know, I could see if I was talking about one guy's, you know, side, like you might like Spence or you might like Crawford, and I'm talking and putting one down and just going in on them and stuff like that. I don't do that. I give an even-handed assessment of stuff, and I keep it moving. But it's like, I pride myself in the mix of the sport of boxing. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, fair play and all that, because there's no fair play out here in the sport of boxing. It's not. Boxing is about as uneven-handed as you can think a sport to be. The godfather of uneven-handed sports. But to understand what you're seeing, who you're watching, and all of that, it takes time to study that stuff. And a lot of people don't study. They just look at, you know, oh, I like this, I like that. You know what I mean? Paul says, I saw a fight with James Toney. He put on 18 pounds in one day after the weight. Listen, Yeah, that was against Roy Jones Jr., and that's why he lost the fight. But if you think that Bud Crawford put on 18 pounds, no, he did not. He did not. He probably rehydrated up about 10 to 12 pounds, easy. Because a smart veteran fighter like Bud Crawford understands that if you put on a certain amount of weight between your weigh-in and the fight night, you may not be able to do the things that you've trained to do. See, that's why fighters get down to a certain weight when they're training, and they maintain that till they do their weight cut, and they rehydrate back up to what they were training at. And that's a way to maintain. But see, that's getting into a science of it that a lot of people wouldn't know, because you just don't have that information unless you know someone personally who could share it with you. Night Train says, Peace Stormy, I watched the fight again. Bud manipulated distance, had Spence reaching a lot. Yeah, what one of the things that Bud did and has always done in his career is learn to assess where his opponent's strength and power is. If your strength and power is at distance, at the end of the shots, then what Bud will do is he'll stay just outside of that and use his own long reach, because he has a 74-inch reach for a guy that's 5'8". That's a long arm guy. Or he'll get in mid-range, because if a guy's power is at the end of the punches, if you're at mid-range, you're stifling some of his power, or you're smothering it without even being all the way in close. See, that's being able to judge distances. It's just like driving a motor vehicle. You need to know how to judge distance. You don't follow too closely behind the car in front of you, or you don't drive in the other lane driver's blind spot, whether you're ahead or behind. Negotiating distances in driving is every bit as important, just like it is in boxing. I hate when people drive in my blind spot, or they'll stay within their own blind spot just ahead of me, to the left or to the right. And when I see those fools out there on the road, as soon as I get clearance, I accelerate and get beyond them, and either change lanes to get away from them, or even to overtake them and move on and get ahead, because those people are not conscious when driving. They're not paying attention. That's why, if you notice, over the past 10, 20 years, there have been more rear-end collisions than ever. You know why? Because people are looking and using those handheld devices called telephones, and they drive without doing those things, and they lose their sense of awareness, timing, and judgment while driving, rear-ending and crack clipping people and stuff like that. If they never had a cell phone in their hand, it would never happen. It's crazy. So, yep. Let's see who we got here. Yeah, Paul said that's why I asked you about rehydration rules. Yeah, both of those guys are professional. Neither one of them will put on too much to get into that fight. It would impede their ability to carry forth with what they needed to do physically in there. Eric Jordan is saying that Shaolin versus Lama movie was good. Oh, you like it, huh? Yeah, you see, Hey man, I tell you, when I do those Kung Fu film focuses, man, people be, I don't know why they treat me so bad with my Kung Fu film focuses, man. I don't know why they do me so bad when it comes down to those. Because those shows are very popular, but the guys just won't come out while I'm live. They'll go back and catch it on replay. Like, it's got 300 views. I'm looking on my main page right now. It's got 300 views. But when I was doing the show, it was like only 8 or 9 people in the damn chat. Huh? 300 views. You see? You see? So that's these people coming to Stormybman's channel, looking at some of my content, and won't give me credit for what I do. But they always sniffing up around the tree, man. Always sniffing up around the tree. Hops _456 says, salute Stormybman in chat. Salute to you. Eric Jordan says, EJ remind me of Apollo Creed in the first Rocky movie. He underestimated his opponent. Nah, that wasn't the same thing. Wasn't the same thing. But I understand what you're trying to say. He says, I hit the like button. Oh, you hit the like button on the Kung Fu Film Focus? Too late. The show is over. You should have hit it when I was live. Paul says, not saying he put on 18 pounds. I'm just saying he looked a little bigger than Earl, maybe 5 to 8 pounds. Oh, here we go. Paul, you just won't let that go, will you? Okay, I'll just let you have it. Hey, yeah, Paul, you're right. 5 to 8, maybe 8.5, huh? Yeah. Come on, Sheena. Come on now. Come on now. See, you know what that sounds like? I'm going to tell you guys something, man. When people that you support lose, either somebody was cheating and did something wrong, or, there was some kind of foul play or something, you never accept that a guy just lost. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are cheaters in the sport, and there are those who have a history of cheating, like Tyson Fury. And I will continue to say to this day that that's what he has done and made a career of. But I am not going to just go out there and just because somebody lost or had a piss poor performance, pass it as the other guy. There's something questionable there, If I got to look at the sport like that, then I won't watch the sport at all. And you guys really, and there's plenty of content creators out there that will create avenues, to suffice themselves. That's just like saying, well, Earl is a warrior. He's still a warrior, though. Yeah, he's a warrior, but he's a warrior that lost the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they both were warriors every fight they fought before that night because of what they've done with their careers. That's what warriors do. That's professional fighters. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford's not a warrior. But see, I'm not going to say, well, Bud is a warrior too. I'm just saying both guys are warriors. People say, well, Bud won that one, but it's still Team Spence. Nobody said that because the man lost that you shouldn't be Team Spence. But you see, rhetoric and everything that you say and things like that, it really shows the despisement that a person has for things not going their way. You out there playing a few good games on the basketball court, and everybody running and running and running, and then you start losing a couple of games. So now you standing on the sidelines, and they picking for the next squad and everything, and you like, well, y'all didn't pick me, so give me the ball, man. That's my ball. I got to go home now. Now you're going to take the ball home just because didn't nobody pick you. I can see if nobody ever picked you and you was on the sidelines for like 4 hours. That'd be different. That okay, hey man, y'all don't even want me to play, you know. But that's some crap. That's crap. Sir says, what will be the excuses for Bud beating him at 154? Sheena saying, when a person is extremely dishonest as he has been, there's no telling what he will do. Oh, okay, Sheena. Now, I'm going to correct you on something, Sheena. I'm going to correct you on something. Who has been more dishonest in the sport of boxing than Tyson Fury? Are you trying to say that Bud Crawford is on those levels of dishonesty? Bud Crawford has said things like the Spence fight wouldn't make his career and all of that. You know why he said those things? If you can't read between the lines or whatever, he was trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal. If he doesn't make it a big deal, he's still going to do. He was trying to hold his own weight in the whole process. That's ego. That's, you know, what a man can do to hold his position or whatever. I'm sorry, but when you're not used to dealing with people who can show a certain resolve or strength, then you don't understand and recognize how to deal with those strengths or resolve. The only thing I had given Bud crap about was not giving and granting, you know, access to people like us out here who can help make things good for him. That's what I had given him crap about. But never have I undermined his ability or accomplishments, as many have. Never have I talked about his resume, as many have. Some of these guys have the type of resumes that you can phone it in. And then when they end up in a big fight, it could go a lot like the fight went last Saturday night. Now, I'm not saying that Earl is one of those guys, but I'm saying that the way that performance ended up lopsided like that for guys who build and are feasting a career on people that really don't challenge them or elevate them whatsoever, and then they get in a fight where there is a challenge and an opportunity to elevate and they fail miserably, is because they didn't get certain lessons along the way and didn't graduate or go through along the way. And now here it is. Oh, it's time to really show up and I ain't got it. Jonathan Simon says, blessings to you, Stormy B-Man, and the chat. Same to you. Geo James is out there. What's good with you, Geo? Sheena is saying, Victor Conte. Yeah, Victor Conte, he's been out there a long time, hasn't he? And you know he's done some things out there, and he's helped some people, and he's hurt some people, and he's hurt himself. But again, like I said, I don't start talking about that stuff. That's a whole different thing. Talk about what happened with Dillian White popping dirty again, huh? What's up with that? Talk about why they letting Conor Ben come back after what he's done. Talk about that. Talk about that Hannah Gabriels and that BS excuse that she got that ruined her promotion with Clarissa Shields. I mean, come on. We could keep going and keep going and keep going. You know? AJ still getting testosterone exemptions. Talk about that. Huh? Canelo, huh? They raised the levels of clenbuterol in fighters under the WBC because of him. Talk about that. Oscar Valdez, who's fighting on the 12th against Navarrete. Hey, we still ain't heard a tea company come forward yet to say it was us, huh? Come on, man. Eric Jordan says that foot scene made me think twice because bro ate. You talking about when that monk put his foot in Alexander Loray's mouth, man? That dirty foot, man. That foot looked like it had been walking in the pastures of pig slop. And if you know what pig slop is, and he stuck it right in old boy's mouth. Oh, gross. Yuck. Yeah, man. But I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, Eric. That's what I do those Kung Fu film focuses for, man. It's like I be trying to help people with their Kung Fu experience, bro. I try. I do my best. Black Ham says the epilogue was dope. It sure was, man. It was one of the best, right? And not only because it was those two guys, but it was because of the event, how they carried themselves, conducted themselves, and you saw that their personalities were true through the entire process, man. I love that. And they both had a tremendous respect for one another. And they showed it in front of the camera and they showed it behind the scenes as well. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. Night Train says Bud took the jab away and didn't let him get in so many body shots either, or get in a good rhythm. Listen, Night Train, just to show you something technical about what you're saying there. Every time Bud went, every time Earl went to Bud's body with that intensity that you see him do with body shots, Bud was well versed in countering over the top with quick counter punches. And that alone made Earl hesitant in certain instances. Those quick counters, because you have to be mindful of that. He got dropped a couple of times off of counters over the top. See, this is what I be saying when I be breaking down fights and giving the X's and O's, particularly on my Tuesday tussle. There's a counter punch for every punch that you throw in the sport of boxing. And what Bud was able to display on the night of, he displayed that he was well versed and practiced in throwing the shots that would take away what Earl did best. When you talk about taking his jab away, he was parrying his jab and trapping his jab and shooting his own jab off of Earl's jab. When you talk about the body punches, he was countering over the top really quick with right hooks and sometimes left hooks, depending on what shot was coming at him. And a couple of times he was doubling up on the shots. He could throw like a left hook and a left uppercut behind it. A combination punch sequence that a southpaw is not accustomed to seeing against another southpaw. X's and O's. Those were happening so subtly, but my goodness, it was classic stuff, because that's the stuff that the old school guys used to do, man. TS Boxing is in the building saying salute. My favorite thing was to see all the faces in the crowd. What's good, TS? I told you, TS, that Bud was going to win that fight, man. I know you've been a little quiet on that and everything, But I had told you, bro. I told you guys, you, Laws D. I told y'all guys a couple years ago. Told you, man. And I'm not gloating. I'm just saying it was because I recognize the diversity in what Bud brought and the limitations of what Earl had shown. So, and it came to fruition big time on the night of. Cop Killer out there saying, salute Sensei Mods and the people that join this live stream. Salute to you, Cop Killer. Huh? Why you out there killing cops, bro? Paul Carrick says, I fell into the hype of Earl being bigger and stronger, but never saw that. Earl looked an inch taller, and that was it. Paul Carrick, did you lose some money, man? Did you lose some money on the fight? I'm going to tell you like a guy told me a long time ago. He said, love boxing, watch boxing, love boxing with all your heart, but keep your money in your pocket, huh? And the man that said that was Thomas the Hitman Hearns, huh? Yeah! Yeah, man. Okay, here we go, Cop Killer. He says, Bud stacked his raps and he was on snack, clenbuterol, and other steroids. Okay, Cop Killer. First of all, you should know better that Stormy don't even go into all of that foolishness and stuff like that, when it comes down to this fight game. And don't come into my chat talking about salute Sensei Maz and the people that join this live stream and start going off on these tangents of talking stuff like that. Because I won't block you, but I'll delete your comments and I'll tell you ain't welcome around these parts, because that's not what I do over here. I don't incite narratives, huh? And I don't support people that like to incite and invoke narratives. I just did a small speech a moment ago where I said that just because a guy that you wanted to win did not win, don't mean that the sport is all bad now and the other guy did something wrong and this and that. There are winners and there are losers. There are cheaters and those who support cheaters. I've talked about it. Where the fuck were you when I was talking about it and doing live streams and videos on it? I see not a ne'er comment from you saying, yeah, Stormy, you're right. That dude is a cheat. I did a damn Loon Coon and buffoonery video on cheating in boxing. I didn't see a fucking comment from you in lieu of support of what I talk about when I talk about that kind of stuff. Never. So why you gonna come around to my live stream this night when I'm coming on here talking about the all access epilogue review for you want to say shit like that? That's not welcome here. There are thousands of people out there that you can go and talk that kind of shit to, and they'll welcome you. They'll fan the flames of what you got to say. But I'm not going to do that over here. It's called integrity. And if you don't have none, you better go find some. Huh? Because I ain't in the business of building up these fraudulent stories. The man was wrapping his hands himself in front of the cameras. It was legal. Get the fuck out of here with the dumb shit. And you start off coming in here, salute Stormy. That ain't giving you no fucking par gras around here, man. Black Cam TV, that's 1000% correct. And I knew what he was saying when he said that at that time. I knew what he was saying. I knew what he was saying. And Sheena, is Tyson not allowed to support who he think gonna win? See, that's what I'm saying. Because who you wanted to win didn't win. It's got to be foul play. Tyson told Earl that he thought Bud would win. So did Roy Jones. And the whole fucking world, now Roy Jones is a horrible guy and everything because he gave his reasons why he picked Bud. And I guess that's why y'all motherfuckers out there that y'all watch my content but won't hit my like button because Stormy picked Bud too, huh? I guess. So you're coming up around here under my umbrella, cozying up under here so you can slowly take shots at me. Well, you know what? You ain't got to take shots at me. You can shoot the fuck on up out of here. Because I'm never going to be a part of something where it's a single-minded thought process. My brain ain't attached to all of you motherfuckers' brains. Thank God. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. One round with George Jakovic. What's going on, George? How you doing? Long time, man. Appreciate you being out there. See, you've been doing some good work out there. Your show that you did with Paulie and everybody, you did some good work, man. I appreciate that. And you kind of left me hanging when I wanted to do a show with you and everything. Yeah, I'm putting you on blast because that's what Stormy do when you come around here on my live stream. And I had asked you behind the scenes, hey, let's do something, and you left me hanging. So I just let everybody know George left Stormy hanging. Yeah, I said it. Yeah. And you come in behind these fools that's got me riled up because they saying this stuff because they mad that their guy didn't win the fight. My favorite fight was Evander Holyfield, and he was in there getting beat pillar to post by Riddick Bowe. And I'm saying, damn, Evander boxing. And it's like, so it just happened. Bowe whooped his ass. Yeah, he whooped his ass, but I didn't stop liking Bowe and everything. I'm like, damn, Bowe's a good fighter. Let me see him fight Lennox. You understand? You guys are like, oh, Bowe must have had loaded gloves. TS Boxing says, you're right, Stormy. You were right on about Fulton and Crawford. I don't think people do enough research or watch for themselves, especially Fulton. A blind man would have known Fulton would get beat easy. Listen, how about at least pay attention to my content, huh? Because I put the information out there, but I look at certain individuals who don't know a freaking thing about boxing, and they have thousands of views. Huh? And be talking out the side of wherever on their body, huh? And people be eating it up. And then when they wrong is two left shoes, they come up with narratives. And they have something negative to say about the victor. How about you go and study? Huh? That's like a person who fails a test in the class and get mad at another person for passing because you didn't study. How dumb is that? You deserve to fail. F+. Get to the back of the class. I'm wearing the shirt today. You see it? F+. Get to the back of the class. But no, y'all won't even buy these because you know why? Because you're really not supporting me. You don't support anything I'm about. But you'll come in here and you'll listen and you'll sit back there in the blind bushes and the weeds, huh? Like a damn pervert or something, peeping, huh? What the hell you doing here? Go on out there and finish swimming in the sewers, huh? Take your asses on somewhere. George says, Stormy, this world is crazy. If you pick against a fighter, you are a hater or you get canceled. Fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I say. Huh? I do the canceling. Huh? Shit. Eric says EJ accepted his loss, and now he's even in more demand to the next fight with Bud. Yeah, he can man up. It's all he could do is say, I want to come back and try to do better next time. That's what happens. That's what a man does. You suffer a setback and you say, hey, I ain't ready to get off the horse. I want to get right back on. It's not over. You got people out here that made streams and everything that the man shouldn't fight no more. And he's forever done in his career and everything. Yeah. George says, brother, I owe you. Hey, man. All I be trying to do, George, is make quality content, man. But it's hard trekking through these seas out here. You know that. But that's all I've tried to do is make quality content. And these people don't have any appreciation for it. And it's like, okay, I'm looking at this literally, huh? And I talked about this before. These two men that fought last Saturday, they represent the pinnacle of the sport in their divisions, and they represent very well. And it's a shame that people don't want to give the winner credit for what he's accomplished, and people think that the man who lost, that it's all over for him. It's like, that's not how life works. It's not how life works. But it's also a sad thing because what that says about society is people want it their own way all the time. Huh? That's it. That's why they have participation trophies now. Huh? One of the reasons why they don't even teach handwriting anymore. During slavery, they used to tell people, make your mark, because you weren't taught how to write or read. So now it's become okay not to teach penmanship. When you make a purchase, a home, a car, don't you have to sign your name? Contracts are still something that you have to put a signature on, even if it's a digital contract. Yeah. Sheena says, we ain't no motherfuckers, Stormy. Cop Killer says, we will see in the rematch. Earl is going to get his get back against Mr. Snack. Maybe he will. We'll have to see. And I'll be right here to break that fight down as we get closer to it. But right now, I'm not going to talk about what's going to happen in the future. I can only speak on what has just transpired a week ago. And that's what the whole point of this stream was to go over the epilogue of the show and discuss what I thought about that. I put a couple of questions out there. Y'all still didn't answer, but you're still sniffing around here talking about other shit. Huh? See how I talk? It's my nickname down there, the sensei, because I say it makes sense what I say, but y'all don't be paying attention anyway. Yeah. Yeah. You see that comment right there? That's it. Yeah. When you come out on those other sides there, learn it does seem like longer, don't it? It seems a lot longer, huh? Yeah. Paul, now that you've admitted that you lost a lot of dough, you should be the first one signed up for Stormybman Tuesday tussles, Friday night chop sessions, and answering the bell with Stormybman call-in shows so you can increase your boxing knowledge, brother. You see, you can't complain when you don't put the work in, huh? And I ain't gonna pacify you, huh? No satisfiers over here, huh? I ain't gonna pull out no talcum powder, huh? Or no Pampers, huh? You got to put your big boy drawers on around these parts, huh? And the thing about it, you got to wear them by yourself because ain't nobody gonna help you put them on either, huh? You made that bed. You gotta lie in that bed, huh? Yeah. And understand that's your money that you lost, huh? Not mine, because I would have killed you, huh? Putting all that money in the wrong place. I would have killed you, huh? So you're gracefully still alive, huh? Being so wrong, like them two shoes on the wrong feet that I was talking about a moment ago. But even what I'm saying to you right now is going through one ear and out the other. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because like I told you before, I've been doing this for a minute and you ain't took none of it in, huh? No wise counsel, huh? Yoda and Obi-Wan and what's his name? Mace Windu, they all told Anakin, huh? You're not young, you're not ready yet, young Padawan. You're not ready. But he was like, they're holding me back, huh? And he went out there and he joined the dark side, huh? Because he wasn't listening. They tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen, huh? So Paul, huh? Welcome to the dark side. Huh? Where, the Sith dwell, huh? And that's okay, because over here in the light, we got the Jedi, huh? And even if it's only one left, like Luke, huh? It's enough to take the darkness out. Yeah! That's why I'm here, brother, huh? Still a Jedi, huh? That's right. Yeah. Learn says the fight ended the way it ended for a purpose. Listen to Stormybman. Maybe your bet would have been placed on the right person. Listen, Learn. Don't listen. Every man got to walk his own path, huh? Once you done made a suggestion, and that was a suggestion, that's, I'll take that as a mighty suggestion. But even coming directly from me, when they don't want to listen, you got to let them crash and burn, bruh. Huh? Because far as I heard, there's no ice water in hell, huh? Yeah. But there is a little ice water right here next to my set. And I think I'll have a swig, huh? Yeah. Look at here. I'm signing up now. Listen, Paul. Money ain't refundable, huh? And when I say that, understand it's not like you're being charged, but time is money, huh? So when I devote the time like I do to create this content and be on here on these airwaves and everything, you can come in and don't be listening and everything and go out and pluck a few thou wow on the wrong dude, huh? And then you come in here and you want to moan and be grown and want people to team up with you and everything because you're mad. You even got Sheena feeling a certain kind of way tonight, and she should know better. She should know better because I've always put it down there real. And I've got documented evidence of Sheena saying, Stormy, I learned something and you're right and this and that. But tonight, she's influenced by the Sith, huh? And I'm sorry. But Paul, I can't trust you, bruh. So I'm going to keep my eye on you very closely. Coming in here trying to influence some of my, Padawans. Huh? What you doing? Huh? Because you got a gambling problem, Paul. You got a gambling problem. You gamble on the wrong things, huh? I take it that you go through you be in the drugstore and you look at the box of condoms, but you say, I can make it, huh? And in a couple of weeks, you're in the clinic, huh? See, I know these things. I've seen them. I've been on this earth a long time. I've seen these things, Paul. I try to help, but sometimes, you just got to go get that shot, bruh. Huh? Because you passed up a little bit of logic. Huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Night Train says, that's what I like about you. Don't mess around. Hey, I ain't got time to mess around, Night Train, bro. I ain't got time. No, I try to put it out there like it is. You know why? Because if I could help one person, one, job well done, huh? I don't care about all them that I say all the time. Everybody ain't gonna make it. I don't care about them. I care about that one or two and maybe a few. That's all that it needs, man, because job well done, huh? For some of you that have faith, you understand what the wide road and the narrow path mean. I don't have to go out and tell those parables, huh? They're there for people to learn from. But some turn over to a reprobated mind and heart. Yeah, huh? And they ain't listening. Ah, Eric says Stormy B man is flexing. No, man, I'm not flexing. You know what? I find a way to humorously say things and put things out there because some folks like to hear you talk trash. And I have my little way that I do that. But I'm very serious about the things that I say because I can give you that, but I can also give you the substance of which that is founded on. Huh? Let's not misconstrue things here. Understand that I can break it down into the real science, but I'll also try to keep it a little bit entertaining as well. That's all. But no, not flexing. Look here, almost 200 views. Almost 200 views, but I can't get 50 likes. You see? Mm-hmm. T. Berry, what's good with you? He says, Stormy B Man in chat. I watched Shaolin versus Llama and Snuff Bottle Connection today. Hey man, Snuff Bottle Connection was a pretty good flick too, bro. Did I do a Kung Fu film focus on that yet? I may have. I'm getting into the numbers where I don't remember which ones I've done yet, you know, with certain titles. So I have to go back and look. But I think I did do Snuff Bottle Connection already. Glad you enjoyed them, T. Berry. Paul says, I definitely crash and burn. I know. Steven Zen is out there saying salute to the chat. Same to you. He says, y'all killing me, man. No, you killed yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? You killed yourself going out there, laying the mortgage on a fight and everything. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Learn says it shows 55 likes on my end, Sensei. Yeah, I know I undercut a few, but it's like, you know, it just recently jumped up there. You know, it jumped up. T. Berry says, you mentioned Snuff Bottle Connection and I bought it that day. Hey, man, it's a heck of a flick, bro. It's a heck of a flick. I like when the two white brow priests was fighting. How about that? That was a heck of a scene right there, T. Berry. Night Train says, I click when entering. So do I. I click when entering too, man. I try to do that. When I'm on the other brothers' channels and in their chats, I try to hit that like button first. And I'm going to tell you something very simply, that it's like when you do hit the like button like that, you'll find that the notifications and everything come right up. You know, those people who say things like, oh, I didn't get a notification and stuff. A lot of them don't hit the like button, man. You have to remind them 2, 3, 4, 5 times during a show. They'll watch for almost an hour and be like, oh, I forgot to hit the like button. And then they'll come back the next time and say, man, I didn't get a notification. Those two things don't go together. It's called algorithms. You hit the like button on a regular, you'll get a notification if you hit for the alerts for notifications. The bell notification, it'll happen. But it doesn't happen without your work. It doesn't. T. Berry says, great Kung Fu, Stormy. My Sundays at work is going to be Karate Flick Sunday. Hey, man, that's great. That's great. I'm trying to figure out what's going to be my next Kung Fu film focus. I got about 3 films in mind. One might be a Shaw Brothers. So Shaw's got so many. So I know that people want to hear about Shaw's. But I really enjoy my Kung Fu, man. I'm going to watch some Kung Fu when I get off of this live stream. You understand? I got to watch my Kung Fu. Yeah. Sheena says, I clicked thumbs up on 2 of my devices. Thank you, Sheena. And like you said, everybody ain't a motherfucker. They not. I understand that. So don't think that Stormy was just coming at you like that, because I'm not. You know what I mean? That's why I came to you and I said, I know you know better, aligning yourself up there with Paul, because, let that man stand on that island, huh? Let him stand on that island. He got to go and get that shot at the clinic, huh? Because he passed up them box of Jimmy's at the drugstore. So, when you gamble like that, that's what happens, huh? Yeah. That's what happens, huh? It burns. Yeah. That's right, Seawood. Boxing Jimmy's. That's right. Eric George says, you watch a Kung Fu movie called Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I hate that movie, man. I hate that movie. It's not a classic whatsoever. The film that they took clips from and everything, the Snake and Crane Fist, where Jimmy Wong Yu and Lau Kao Lung fought in that movie. That guy that made Kung Pao, he took clips of that and made a spoof out of it. Well, I figured that, Paul, because that's how hard you was going, bro. You were going kind of hard, man. But that's okay, man. That's like, you got caught coming out the big Sister Big Bones back door, huh? And everybody making fun of you. Oh, Paul was over there with Sister Big Bone. And every chance you get, you try to say you don't like big girls. But you was caught coming out of that back door, man. They saw you, huh? Yeah, I don't like big girls. I like mine slim, I don't nothing like a bone but a dog, and I consider myself a dog. Yeah, okay. Huh? Uh-huh. Phone ring. Bring. Who's that, Paul? Lizzo. Yeah. See? I told you. Yeah, I know I hit him where it hurts, huh? Yeah. But listen, that's why I try to tell you guys, you got to listen to Stormy when he try to, I can put it out there funny. I can put it out there straight. I can put it out there, make you mad, all of that, huh? Because it's like, I can reach you different ways, huh? But see, some of y'all, like Paul make me have to use the force. I'll be, we're trying to get him back to the ways of the Jedi. Yeah. Yep. See, where else can y'all go and you get somebody talk stuff like this and everything, have you laughing and whatnot, get you mad at the same time? Y'all know because Sheena was mad a little while ago. She was, damn Stormy, and then she hit the like button on both devices. It's like, God damn it, Stormy. Click, click, thumbs up. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, I'm just talking stuff, man. You know, I'm just talking stuff. That Lizzo comment got C Wood though. Yeah. I always been a cut up, man. Even going back to grade school, man. I don't know where that came from. My dad was a cut up too, so that's probably in my DNA. You know, even my ex, man, be mad at me and talking stuff, and I'll say something and make them break out crying, laughing because it's just they got a foolish sense of humor like that. But yeah, back to that All Access, man. I thought it was a nice epilogue the way it wrapped up. I liked how they showed the two brothers showing respect for each other and everything. And as I said going into this promotion, I said that these men could do something to turn the face of boxing around in a different way and make people begin to stop thinking about Floyd so much, and that their presence can be more impactful on the sport. Not only because of how they fight and what they've accomplished in their careers, but because of the type of men that they are. And the two of them did something that was mighty divine, and that was they shared the platform. They shared the spotlight. And even if they have a rematch at the higher weight, people are going to tune in and support because of what they brought that first go round. And that means a lot. That means a lot. There's not a lot of people in the sport of boxing that'll be able to hold that like they have. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get on up out of here, you guys. I just wanted to come out here and bring some content, especially since I wasn't doing a post-fight with what's happening on that DAZN thing this evening. There'll be some other people probably talking about it, but it's not my cup of tea. So while I still got a good 90 minutes in me, I'm gonna watch me a kung fu flick. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday and weekend. We'll catch you guys next time. Hope everybody be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate you coming in. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we gonna hit it. We up. Peace.